In 2024, the Alabama-Georgia game was arguably the game of the year and a coming-out party for the five-star phenom freshman Ryan Williams. www.cbssports.com/collegefootball/Ryan Williams Q rating slips a meeting versus Georgia could be just what the doctor ordered. Both teams have looked shaky to start the 2025 season. With Alabama dropping the first game of the season to Florida State and Georgia not playing particularly well against Tennessee in Week 3, as they should have lost the game. Both teams going into this year have high expectations, and this game could be the difference between one of the teams making the college football playoff and missing out completely. More NCAA football content from TWSN. How Dabo Swinney's complacency killed the Tigers. TWSN Sports. https://net 2025-09-24. And Oregon will spoil the Penn State whiteout. TWSN Sports. https://net 2025-09-24. Oregon will spoil Penn State whiteout. SEC annual opponents. What the SEC got right and wrong. https://net 2025-09-23. SEC annual opponents. Georgia will get its revenge over Alabama in a blowout. Let's take a look at this weekend's game with players to watch, stories coming in, and a final prediction. Not so great Tide. Alabama opened its season with an embarrassing loss on the road to Florida State, which went 2-10 last season. Granted, FSU looks like they will be a force to be reckoned with in the ACC, but that was an embarrassing loss considering the expectations that Alabama had going into this season. Ryan Williams, arguably the best receiver in college football, has been solid in his first 3 games for Alabama. He did miss the second game of the season against L.A. Monroe, but the Tide took care of business, putting up 73 points without him. In his game against Wisconsin, the sophomore put up 165 yards on 5 catches and 2 touchdowns. Williams' coming-out party last season was against the Bulldogs, where the receiver went nuclear, putting up 177 yards and one of the most electric plays that college football fans have ever seen. Williams is expected to put up some numbers this week after his performance against Wisconsin. As for quarterback Ty Simpson, he needs to perform this week if the Crimson Tide want to win this game. Simpson, other than the FSU game, has been fantastic. Last week against Wisconsin, Simpson had 4 touchdowns through the air, with 382 passing yards. Simpson was expected to have a great year behind one of the best offensive lines in the country. And after the FSU game, it looks like it is bound to happen. Bulldogs in 2025, Georgia has been one of the more dominant teams in the college football landscape for the past couple of seasons, winning the national championship twice since 2020. The Bulldogs pulled off a miracle against the Tennessee Volunteers 2 weeks ago, as they should have lost, but Tennessee missed a kick at the end of regulation. The Bulldogs also did not look good against FCS Austin Peay, only beating them by 22 points after being 46.5-point favorites. Gunnar Stockton, who has the CFP experience and almost led the Bulldogs to beat Penn State last year, is now the full-time starter for the Bulldogs. Stockton's stats don't jump out on paper, but he has been consistent throughout the year, and his best game was against the Volunteers, where he put over 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. He will have to do the same, and some of them, if they want to get the job done this week. A player to watch out for in this game is USC transfer Zachariah Branch, who, like Ryan Williams, is one of the most electric players in college football. Branch might be the fastest player in all of college football, and he will be vital for the Bulldogs to win this weekend. Georgia will get their revenge. In the game last year, Alabama took a 28-0 lead early, but Georgia fought all the way back to take a 34-33 lead with 2:31 left in the game. Then, the legend of Ryan Williams was born, embarrassing defenders for a 75-yard touchdown to give the Crimson Tide a 41-34 win. That was last year. This year, the Georgia Bulldogs will embarrass the Crimson Tide in Athens. Georgia and Kirby Smart will come in with vengeance, beating the Tide by 20+. We have seen that when the Tide has played good competition this year, they lose. Georgia has proven that it can beat good teams on the road. Georgia beats the Tide by 20+, and Gunner Stockton will start turning some heads if he should be considered in the Heisman race.